Good morning. Welcome to day 6 of the Prosperity Plan. Again, using the Abundance book, John Randolph Price. Order yours on wherever you want to get it from. I think this one was less than $7 or something like that, and it's really life-changing, so important just to have, because there's so much more in the book than just the statements. I mean, there's really a lot of speak about how to change your mindset in terms of abundance and wealth and things like that. So the statement for today, when I was, I except for yesterday, I always write the statement in my journal before I come on here for my own personal self and just kind of feel into it. Last night, it was late, I did it afterwards. So when I was writing the statement in my journal this morning, like literally my pussy was like, it was like, it likes this statement. It likes this statement because it's power. So I'm going to read this statement, and remember, the statements are coming from the book, right? My inner supply instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires. And as the principle of supply in action, it is impossible for me to have any needs or unfulfilled desires. I'm going to read that again. My inner supply instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires. And as the principle of supply in action, it is impossible for me to have any needs or unfulfilled desires. I like this one. There's another one that's my absolute favorite, but this one that's always my favorite. This go round, this one is definitely like right now taking second place. So let's break it down a little bit, shall we? My inner supply, the divine mind within, source, instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires. So basically what I want, what I'm saying, this is, I want this, the universe is like, okay, cool. Let me go shopping for you, right? Let me bring that to you according to my needs and desires. And as the principle of supply in action, principle of supply being the abundance of the divine mind, being there's a never-ending flow, that is a principle here. It is impossible for me to have any needs or unfulfilled desires. So because the principle of supply says I'm constantly in a flow of abundance and that's constantly flowing through me, that inner supply instantly and constantly takes on the form of whatever it is that I'm desiring, and therefore I don't have any unfulfilled desires. Now this is true on both parts. So as I'm speaking to you guys, and again I would say I'm no biblical scholar, but as I'm speaking to you guys, I can kind of understand, the story where the angels are jealous of human beings because they think that, God loves humans more, that humans have this power because humans have free will, right? And so the angels don't have this power of supply, right? They don't get that. But as human beings, it's like we have that power. We have that power. So I could kind of see how they might be a little peeved if, going along with that story. But basically, we have that power to create as we desire. So shall it be. Right here. We have that power. So there are no unfulfilled desires. Now, if you're sitting thinking, I don't have what I want. I mean, I've been wanting stuff. It hasn't shown up in my life. Well, for me, right, there's twofold for that, and there could be several other things, but I'm going to focus on two things. The first is timing. Timing. Let's say, two things that people desire most are relationships and money. So let's say you're desiring a relationship, right, and it's like you're really wanting it, and you feel like this is something you need in your life. If it's not happening, it could be due to timing. perhaps there's some work you still need to do on yourself. And that if that person came into your life, you would completely sabotage and destroy the thing. And so as a form of grace and mercy, you're not receiving that until you've done some things to get yourself in alignment with the energy of what's coming to you. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2. You're desiring it out of a sense of desperation and a feeling of lack. And we've discussed lack in the previous days, so go back and watch the other days. The videos are on my YouTube channel, Sensual Energy Alchemy. We've discussed lack. We don't operate in lack. We don't deal in lack. So if you're wanting to be in a relationship because you feel like something's missing in your life, or you're not complete without someone, or this is once you have a relationship, then you can start doing some things, that's gonna repel it. That's not gonna bring it to you. The universe doesn't act on icky lack and dependency and desperation. That doesn't work. And the same for money. You know, like you're desperately needing and wanting money is the perfect way to repel it from you. So in those scenarios, you may not be getting what you want, but whether you realize it or not, the universe is still kind of fulfilling your desire. Because underneath that feeling of desperation and underneath that feeling of lack is a feeling of unworthiness, is a feeling of I don't know if I actually deserve this. Underneath that is fear. And so that's what you're really putting out. And so you're still getting back the frequency of that which you are. The law doesn't lie. Whatever it is that you are, what your internal energetic signature, your internal vibration, that is what will show up for you. Not the surface level of what you think it is that you desire, or what you think it is that you want. And a third piece, sometimes the stuff that we think we want, we don't want, meaning spirit. It's an ego thing. Ego driving that car, and perhaps spirit is like, it's not really for us. I mean, you think you want that thing, but that's completely ego. And so it doesn't happen. So then, if this is all to be true, that the inner supply instantly and constantly takes on form and experience according to my needs and desires, and as the principle of supply and action, it is impossible for me to have any needs or unfulfilled desires. All right, so if that's the case, then it's really about getting clear. And this is something that's personally near and dear to me, because I know most of us are not clear on who we actually are. And I'm not talking about just calling yourself a king and a queen and a god and a goddess. I mean, that's cool. It is. And it might help your mindset to shift. So I think that that's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, who and what you are is an extension of the creational power of the universe, simply in the form of what is a human being. You are an extension, because I like saying that, like it makes me feel like my clitoris likes that, right? You are an extension of the Creator in the form of a human being. You are not your name. You are not your gender. You are not the color of your skin. This is simply the form that you have chosen to experience this realm in. I want you to really grasp that and get out of the egoic state of this is me. This is the representation that you have chosen to show up with. It is your clothing for this lifetime. And so understanding that, know that who you are is the power of creation. That is why human beings are so wonderful at creating such magnificent and marvelous things that defy the mind. I mean, I grew up in a time of no cell phones. Now I can Talk to people face to face across the globe. I want you to begin to just not see it as like, oh, it's a thing that happened, but really look at the magic of what human beings do, the magic of our creation. I mean, just birthing a whole nother human being in and of itself, again, is magic. So understanding that that's who and what you are, this immortal energy. One day your clothes will shed. Your clothes will shed, but you never die. You are constantly part of this supply. You are constantly connected to this source energy, this power of creation. And therefore, any needs that you have can and will be fulfilled. Any desires that you have can and will be fulfilled. I bet if you look back on your life at the times when you thought that there was nothing left, nothing, somehow something came out of that. Because you're still here, you're watching this live, so it did, right? I want you to focus on the fact that today, I want you to just meditate on the fact that you are hearing all the sirens outside of New York City. Now, I want you to meditate on the fact that you are a finger of God. You are an extension of that which created everything. And you were like, imagine yourself just, I have the strangest metaphors, but this one just came to mind, so bear with me if it doesn't make sense to you, it's okay. I love cream-filled cupcakes. I've made cream-filled cupcakes, and if you've ever made cream-filled cupcakes or you've had them, like the hole is never always in the same place at the bottom, right? It's always a little off to the side or whatever, right? Because it's an individual cupcake. I want a cupcake. You are a cupcake. You are filled with the cream of God. Oh, I could tie that into sex. You're just filled with the seed, just the, right, of God, you know? In that form. That is you. That is you. You are that plopped into the form of a male, a female, or whatever you call yourself. More melanin, less melanin, different eye shape, whatever. And you come into this world to fulfill your desires. You're not here to suffer. I do not like certain religious tenets that somehow say that we're here to suffer, like being a human is a punishment. Like we're sent to earth because we were bad or something. It goes back to that sin shit. Being here is a gift. Even in 2020, being here in this realm is a gift. You get to create in this realm. Out of all of this shit happening right now, you get to create. What will you grow from this? Being human is a gift. And you have been given the gift of the power to have your needs and desires fulfilled instantly and constantly through your connection to source energy, your inner supply. So then the question is, why in the world would you deny yourself anything, knowing that you are in direct connection to source energy and to creation? Why in the world would you diminish your humanness? Certainly not so other humans can feel better. No. If anything, get all of your needs and desires fulfilled so you can show other humans what's possible. What's possible. And how they can fulfill their desires and their wants in an unlimited fashion. And yeah, that's it for today. You all have a fucking abundant day. Enjoy it, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning. Bye.